Hi, hello and welcome back to Formula 1 Randomized, the series where I race random Formula 1 cars from random Formula 1 seasons on random racetracks, be they Formula 1 or otherwise, with a few fictional tracks thrown in there for good measure. Last week we raced at India using the 2010 cars, where we managed to win due to the AI being incredibly slow. But today we have a new challenge, and this week's suggestion comes from a user by the name of Lukas Matuska. And I'm sure I absolutely butchered that name, but that's what you get when I attempt to pronounce names from different languages. And I apologize for that. But anyway, they suggested I race at Avus using the 2017 cars, more specifically the 2017 Mercedes. So that's what we are going to do. And with that said, let's kick this video into overdrive. And here we are on the grid at Avus in our trusty little Mercedes, sitting in 19 once again with random grids. That's where the game decided to put us, and we are off for this interesting little race. I had to do a couple of test runs because I was quite afraid, and you'll be surprised that the corner that was the most difficult to navigate wasn't the banked one. It was actually turn 1, which we are heading towards right now, as I get past quite a few cars. We are now 15th as we get around Kvyat, and can we get around Alonso as well? Yes, we get around Alonso. We are now 14th, chasing after Lance Stroll in the Williams, and he slows down apparently, so we get around him as we come into turn 1, and there's a massive crash. There's a Force India sideways, there's wheels and wings and another Mercedes at the side. That's Lewis Hamilton as I try to get around turn 1 here, and that's the problem at turn 1 here. I don't know why the AI is capable, but I'm not capable of turning the car enough. At least not if I try to keep any decent speed. I have to slow down very much in order to get around that corner easily, as we fell down to 20th, which isn't very okay, but it looks like we are catching up to Marcus Ericsson, so we should be able to get around him very easily. And there we go, we are now in 17th. There have been a couple of retirements obviously, so we are doing very well. Now chasing after Pascal Wehrlein. He's right ahead of us in the Sauber, so I'm guessing we should be able to catch him as well. I initially thought that I might be able to go flat out going through this bank left-hander, but it is absolutely impossible. You'll spin, you'll crash, and you'll fly off, so that's not very good. You need to slow down, otherwise you'll, well, destroy your car. And we are now 15th as Pascal Wehrlein is pulling away from us. Stefan van Dorn is behind us, about 15 seconds behind us, so he's not doing very well either. We're slowly catching up on Wehrlein, which is quite good. However, again, as I'm approaching turn 1, when I'm in turn 1, I once again will have to slow down incredibly much in order to be able to make the corner. Otherwise, the turning radius of the car is way too big. I probably could have done something about it if I would have tweaked the car setups a little bit, but I didn't want to go into that. This entire series is about making quick videos, so yeah, I guess. And you probably noticed there that I was barely traveling at 30 kilometers per hour through that corner. That's how slow you have to be in order to make it through the corner. As we now race towards turns 2 and 3, we are in 15th. Pascal Wehrlein is still in front of us, and we are slowly pulling up on him. However, we are much slower through the main here we are through turns 3 and 1, so it's not really helping us. And once again, slow down to 4th gear through this banked corner. I don't really have the guts to go any faster through there, because again, in testing I was not able to go too fast through there, because, well, I ended up crashing, which isn't good obviously. But hopefully things will go alright as we start the final lap here. and Pascal Wehrlein is slowly pulling away from us, and we are slowly pulling away from Stefan van Dorn, so at least something's going our way. Although being 14th in a Mercedes isn't very good, considering that, well, Mercedes is in 2017 was a beast of a car. As we come once again into turn 1 very slowly, I'm being very cautious, trying to keep the car on the track, and there we go. And one final time racing towards turns 2 and 3, and hopefully we won't crash. There is not much more to say about this race, I don't think. I mean, it went about as good as I expect. Actually, it went a bit worse than I expected. I expected the AI to crash, although I think that would be worse than this. So yeah, well, it's worse for us. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. And here we come through turn 3 for one last time. Once again, slow down because I don't have any confidence going through that corner, and there we go. We somehow managed to finish in 14th. I would have liked to finish somewhat higher, but that wasn't meant to be, it looks like. So yeah, that is it for this race. So let's take a look at the race results, which should come up right about now, I hope. Okay, there we have it, and we have Kimi Räikkönen winning, Valtteri Bottas second, Sebastian Vettel third, fourth Max Verstappen, fifth Daniel Ricciardo, sixth Carlos Sainz Jr., Felipe Massa seventh, eighth Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll is ninth, and Julian Palmer is 10th. And here are the rest of the people. There are 5 retirements in this race. We managed to finish 14th, which isn't all that good, but could have been worse as well. But that was the 2017 cars around Avus. That was quite an interesting race. Again, I was hoping for something a little bit better for us, but it didn't really go our way. So once again, thank you to Lucas for this suggestion. It was quite an interesting race. And don't forget to keep sending in your suggestions. As I said many times before, the more suggestions we have, the merrier. So keep them coming. But with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. See you all next week. Take care and stay sharp.